Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm using the retro summer kit that I put together using mainly boho sunshine from Simple Stories. I do have a few other scraps from another Simple Stories collection called Sun and Sunshine, I believe is what that one was called. That's what the white scraps were from. That was from the other layout, and I'm actually going to use those to map my photo. I also used the yellow paper that you see there, which was a scrap from the other layout, as part of my background. So here I'm showing you a few of the ephemera pieces and the stickers that I pulled out to use on the layout. Most of them make it on the layout. I will pull out a few more. I want to use this rainbow funky paper as my background. It's not really a rainbow, I guess. It's just wavy lines. And then the sticker sheet, I'm just showing you what I have left. I do pull a few other stickers off of there to use on the layout. So I think we'll get started here in a minute. I'm going to tear this paper. I remember when this collection first came out, I saw a layout where they had tore these strips of paper and then replace them back down on a background. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I will have to adjust it since my layout is smaller and it won't be 12 by 12 when it's complete. So here, I did speed it up. I don't tear paper this fast. So I'm just tearing the strips and making sure that I have the colors all the way down. Pretty much I lay them back down in the same order, but I will adjust them just slightly, and I will show you as I do that, so you can see how I put it back together. But first I'm going to tear them all, and then I'm going to rough them up, and then I will start placing them back down. I wasn't sure if this was going to work. Like I said, I remember seeing a layout, but I couldn't find it when I looked for it again. So I was just going off of memory, and it could have been a totally different collection that I saw do it, but I thought I could recreate it. So here I'm going to use the yellow paper, like I said, in the background because I did eliminate the lighter, it was like a lighter pinkish color. I did keep that scrap because the other side has flowers on it, and it is usable to like cut letters or anything else out of. So I won't get rid of it until I get done with the other layouts. So there you can see I had to cut that scrap so that it fit across. And then this is basically how I'm going to lay the papers out and they get started on scuffing them up, and I'll go off camera and come back, I believe. I brought in a piece of white copy paper. That's what you see me placing the yellow paper on. And that was just so that I would have it in the correct size. And I should have went ahead and left the yellow papers the way that I had them, because in the final layout you can see where the yellow papers meet up. But I'm not too concerned about it. It's okay. It's just a straight line of where the papers go together. But if you're not looking for it, you really won't notice it. It's not too noticeable. But if I had to do it over, I would have went ahead and left it with the papers overlapping the other way, the way I originally put them down, because my photos in the title would have covered that up. But it's okay. So here I already scuffed up all the edges. I'm just trying to lay the papers down and make sure that they're even. And then I'm going to cut off the extra paper that is not needed. So I want to make sure I lay them down correctly before I cut that off. But I'm going to lay down this blue one, and you can see I kind of changed the angle of how I'm going to lay it down just to make it look more like how the 12 by 12 paper originally looked. Except for the 12 by 12 didn't have the yellow in the middle. It had the yellow where the blue, teal, and then where the pink meet. But I eliminated that yellow piece just so that there wasn't excess yellow on the layout. I'm going to lay this pink one down, and then when I cut it, I realized that I do have to lay down this little aqua piece at the bottom to cover up this corner, because you can see that color blue. So instead of adjusting all of them, I just added that little piece in the corner. And actually, in the end, I like it there, so it's okay. I'm going to take white acrylic paint, water it down, add some splatters, and I'm trying to keep them just on the colored papers, not on the yellow. A few of them get on the yellow paper, but not very many. And that was just because there's already polka dots on the yellow paper. It's tone on tone, so I didn't want to add more dots. Um, and here I'm just going around the edge with a foam paintbrush and adding a white edge. So all my acrylic paint is dry. I'm going to add double-sided adhesive to the photos just because the torn edges are a little bit more puffy, I guess. So behind the photos, I want the photos to lay flat, except for the photo where myself and my little brother are standing. I do end up popping that one up on play foam. I thought originally it was going to lay behind the title piece, so therefore I wouldn't have put play foam behind it because the title is a play foam or a foam piece from Simple Stories. So instead, when I move it over here, I decide I am going to go ahead and pop up that photo on play foam. And I want to hang that little banner across the photo. So I'm going to do that. And in the photo, we're not really smiling. I look like I'm not really paying attention to whoever is taking the photo, probably my dad. And my little brother's hiding his face in the next photo, next to that photo. And then in the other photo, you can see he has a coat on, but he's smiling in that picture. And I can tell by the colors of the photo, also there's numbers on the back of the photos, that they were taken on the same day. He's playing actually in the front yard where he has the coat on, so it was probably taken later in the day. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. I was probably, he's probably about 3, so I'm probably 7, 8. And I can tell it's springtime by the grass, because if you look in the grass, you can see dandelions. So in Colorado, that's when we get all the dandelions is in spring and into summer. So here I'm figuring out where I'm going to add my flowers. I'm adding just a little bit of foam behind the ends of the banner so that it's the same level as the photo. And then I'm going to add flowers at the bottom of the Be Happy. And I'm going to add them on the right and the left. And I do leave empty spaces in between that I don't fill in with anything. Usually I try to avoid that just because it looks like it's trapped space. But I guess because it's not really trapped, since, it does have an out. It's only kind of like a V shape, I guess. It looks okay in the end. But usually I try not to do that. Um, I don't know where I went. Um, I should have probably cut this part out. I think I'm looking at the sticker sheet to decide on what other stickers I could put on the layout. Yeah, because I can see the stickers on my hand. I end up putting a little snail sticker, and then no bad days, love life, good vibes only. And I just thought those were kind of cute, kind of fitting for the photos, and just something to add to the layout. Because once again, I don't really have journaling for the layout. My mom doesn't remember anything, of why we were taking pictures that day. Probably my dad was just taking pictures just to take pictures. He took a lot of pictures of us growing up, kind of like I do, just for no reason at all, just because we were cute. I will flip those two and I'll put the white and then the red and then the white. But for right now, I put the stickers down. I think I already attached the flowers. Maybe not. Nope. I'm attaching them now. I'm going to stick them to the play foam or the foam title first, and then I'll use a little bit of ATG on the flowers. And I also put ATG on the back of the foam title because these ones didn't seem very sticky. I don't know. Simple Stories seems to be taking tips from American Crafts that their foam pieces aren't as sticky as they used to be. But again, I just add a little bit of extra adhesive to everything anymore because I'm tired of finding layouts that have fallen apart. So I'm really trying to use a little bit more liquid glue or ATG whenever I can. I'm going to add our names up here at the top with these stickers from my stash. I'm trying to use up the thickers that I have in my stash. And then I'm going to probably end up going to metal die cut alphas just because they're cheaper and thickers are getting really expensive. And since Tuesday Morning went out of business, I can't pick up cheap ones no more. So unless I find them on clearance at Joann's or pretty much that's the only place that sells them now, besides online stores, but they're not really on clearance on the online stores very rarely. So I probably won't have very many thickers anymore, but I have plenty in my stash to use up. As you can see, I have like 3 or 4 packs of that particular alpha, but I don't have a lot of E's or A's left. So that's what I was looking for to see if I had any E's in the white. I would have preferred white letters, but the blue actually matches the bottom little blue piece that I added on the layout. So I'm okay with the blue letters. They look fine. And here I'm adding sequins. Once again, these are from my stash. These ones are called My Sunshine, and the colors match perfectly. They're a mix of yellow, pinks, and a little bit of an orangey color that kind of comes off as that reddish color that you see on the layout once the sequins are laid down. And then there is like a blackish brown colored sequins in there also. So I'm going to add a couple of those. And then pretty much that's it. And once again, if you want to pick up any sequins, I get those from Spiegelmom Scraps. You can use my code Jennifer15 at any time to save 15% on sequins or anything else in the shop, with the exception of pre-order sequin packs because those are already discounted. So like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another layout with using the Lake Kit. Bye!